dehumanized by soldier. On our political news this morning, Akeredolu canvasses for second time for Oyetola. 2022 election, Ekiti will not be based on personalities, not parties. Famuyibo on our business news this morning, 2,463 farmers benefit from federal government's agri intervention program. On our sport news this morning, Nigeria to face Mali in Afro-Basket final. On our health news, seek help for inability to conceive after trying for 1 year, gynecologist tells couples. On our foreign news this morning, why Iran should never be allowed to develop nuclear weapons, says Saudi Arabia. On entertainment news, Big Brother Naija, I am a winner already, says Lee Cruz. Full details coming up next. (2023) INEC seeks list of dead politicians, public servants from ACC. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has urged the National Population Commission, NPC, to periodically avail the data of deceased Nigerians to enhance the credibility of Nigerian register of voters, especially ahead of the 2023 elections. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmood Yakubu made the call on Friday in Abuja when he hosted the Chairman NPC, Alhaji Isa Kwara, who paid a courtesy visit at INEC headquarters. Yakubu said INEC's inability to expunge dead Nigerians from the nation's voter register was due to absence of adequate data of dead people. Nigerian registered voters currently stood at 84,004,084, amidst fears that the INEC register is grossly inaccurate due to the failure of the Commission to clean up the register, including removing dead persons from it. INEC and NPC in 2018 signed a Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, that will see the NPC providing information of dead voters to the electoral umpire, but it seems not much has been achieved with the agreement. Yakubu said the Commission had been conducting a periodical cleaning of the voter register by removing ineligible persons or multiple restraints from it using a combination of technology. He, however, regretted the technology cannot assist the Commission to identify and remove dead persons from the register. He said, perhaps you may wish to start by availing us with a list of prominent Nigerians who have passed on, civic and public servants, compiled from the official records of government ministries, departments, and records and agencies, and other Nigerians from hospital and funeral records across the country. We appreciate that it is a Herculean task, but it is partly why we have the NPC. We are confident NPC has the capacity to do so. This information is critical for INEC to enhance the credibility of the National Register of Voters. You recall that officials of both agencies undertook a joint project to demarcate the boundaries of INEC's registration areas, RAs, awards with NPC's enumeration areas, EAs. He said the idea of RA and /A EEAD project was to enable INEC easily delimit and periodically review electoral constituencies based on NPC's figure whenever there is a new population census. EFCC arrests 28 suspected internet fraudsters in Anambra, Enugu State. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, on Friday apprehended 28 suspected internet fraudsters. 17 were arrested in Awka, the Anambra capital, while 11 others were arrested in Enugu following intelligence on their activities. The suspects are Afam Onu, Frank Ofia, Christopher Anakodu, Stephen Ofodili, Sochima Theophilus, Jude Chibuzo, David Ebubechukwu, Victor Okechukwu Unwakazu Ifeanyi, Ogbona Marachi, Unwachuku Ugochukwu, Obubo Sunday, Chidebere Eze, Unwakoye Emmanuel, Francis Alexander, Unwabanana, Unwakzaku Kelechi, Chindimdu, Unwakama. The rest Collins Chukuma Ngene Emmanuel, Annie Franklin, Ona Chiemere, Ona Ilasamoku Chidebere, Nnamani, Ernest Okorie Arinze, Daniel Onyekachuku, and Peter Unopuechu. Items found in their possession at the time of the arrest were laptops, mobile phones, and title documents. A Toyota Corolla Altis with registration FGG 194AJ, Toyota Avalon, Toyota Venza, Lexus, Mercedes-Benz have been impounded. The suspect will be charged to court as soon as further investigations are concluded. Eze Iruaku Fidelia, Stalin vows to seek justice for male corps member dehumanized by soldier. Dame Pauline Tallinn, Minister of Women Affairs, has reiterated her commitment to ensure justice for the female corps member Eze Iruaku Ifeyiwa Fidelia that was recently alleged to have been dehumanized by a female army officer. The minister, in a statement on Friday, frowned at the way and manner the corps member was dehumanized by a fellow woman. She assured Nigerians of her readiness to tread extra legitimate miles to ensure justice for the corps member in question. She said, "I want to assure all Nigerians that alongside my colleague, Honorable Minister of Youth and Sport, DG NYSC, we are leaving no stone unturned to ensure that the corps member gets the desired justice." The minister, who also went to grant the corps member's request, said, "I want to reassure all Nigerians that the corps member will formally relocate to Lagos following a request to be deployed." For the purpose of further clarity, the victim, according to her, had in a telephone conversation also confirmed that at no point was her phone seized. She wondered why a female army officer that ought to jealously protect her fellow woman from harm was the one dehumanizing them. It is unfortunate that while we are raising the bar in our campaign to sustain the zero tolerance against SGBV at all levels in the country, including the security sector, an act of such nature can still occur. Soliciting for calm from Nigerians, our minister, as made known by her, will continue to engage with the leadership of the Nigerian army to forestall such reoccurrence. Condemning the act on behalf of the Nigerian women and all partners in the fight against sexual and gender-based violence, she said, "We condemn unequivocally this unacceptable and unimaginable incident and stand in solidarity to say no to violence in all its ramifications." In a video that went viral, the said female officer was seen brutalizing a female corps member in Calabar, Cross River State, the action which Nigerians, as noticed, strongly frowned at. On our political news, Akeredolu canvasses second term for Oyetola. Ondo State Governor Rotimi Akeredolu on Thursday said by giving an Osun State counterpart, Adegboyega Oyetola, another 4 years in office, the state would gain more from him. Akeredolu spoke on the sidelines of 30th anniversary of the creation of Osun, where 28 distinguished and prominent citizens of the state were honored. The Ondo State helmsman, who said achieving milestones of 30 years was worth celebrating, noted that it has been a wonderful celebration, having identified those who built the founding fathers of this state and those who have contributed to the development of the state. I believe this state will turn around totally because the state is in very good hands. Totally because the state is in very good hands. As you can see, change is what is happening in the state. So I am sure change that with this foundation and giving the governor another 4 years, after these 4 years, the state will stand to gain a lot from him. A statement by the Chief Press Secretary to Osun government, Ismail Omikmidan, said Oyetola, who ensured a minute silence was held in honor of the first civilian governor of the state. The late Isiaka Adeleke said it was deserving to pay tribute to the illustrations, men and women who have held sways as leaders of the people. Oyetola said, "We are here today because you all provided direction and showed distinct leadership in a manner that has earned our state deserved recognition and reputation over the years. We are grateful to you all. This banquet and awards is designed to recognize and celebrate our distinguished citizens and friends of the state whose phenomenal contributions in the various fields of endeavor have made Osun proud and have helped to build the Osun of our four founding fathers. They are eminent individuals whose contributions and legacies have inspired our people, especially our youth, to believe in our dear state and continue to fly its flag high." The honorees include Chief B.C. Akonde, former governor of Osun State, Pastor Enoch Adeboye, General Overseer RCCG Worldwide, Sheikh Abdulrasheed Adiyatullah, President, Supreme Court for Sharia in Nigeria, and General Ikuola Alani Akinrinade, retired, former Chief of Army Staff, Nigeria from October 1979 to April 1980, and then Chief of Defense Staff until 1981 during the Nigerian Second Republic. Regarding the 2022 election, Ekiti will vote based on personalities, not parties, says Famuyibo. An Ekiti State All Progressive Congress governorship aspirant, Chief Ruben Famuyibo, on Thursday expressed confidence that the people of the state would vote for a credible person irrespective of the political party come 2022. Famuyibo was the Social Democratic Party presidential aspirant in the 1993 election, advised APC to ensure that the party's governorship primary is free, fair, and credible. The governorship hopeful said this during a meeting with party leaders in Ado Ekiti. He said if APC can pick a very popular candidate that people believe in, APC will win Ekiti State. I know that in the 2022 election, the two leading parties are being careful. I want to believe that Ekiti people are going to vote based on the candidate's personality. I have gone far and wide. I have gone to nearly every ward in Ekiti 3 times. What the people are craving for are personalities they can add to the state, not parties. If they impose a candidate, it will be a Waterloo for the party, which will be the end of APC. On our business news, 2,463 farmers benefit from federal government's agri intervention program. The Ogun State government has said that about 2,463 farmers in the state have benefited from the federal government agricultural input intervention program to provide succor for affected victims of flood disaster in year 2020. It said this in a statement on Friday titled Ogun Farmers Benefit from Federal Government. The statement said that the Director General National Emergency Management Agency, Mr. Mustafa Ahmed, disclosed this in Asero, Abeokuta, during the inauguration of distribution of items to farmers. It added that the items ranged from herbicides, pesticide, growth enhancers, rice, yam seeds, water pump, knapsack sprayer, to NPK fertilizer. He said that the gesture was in fulfillment of the federal government's commitment to assist farmers whose crops were destroyed as a result of the incidents. Ahmed noted that Ogun was chosen as the pilot state in the southwest due to its strides in agriculture and other sectors of the economy, and that it will transform the beneficiaries' production into sustainable businesses, ventures urging them to make good use of the input. The State Commissioner for Special Duties and Intergovernment Affairs, Femi Ogunbanwu, said the state government had made corrected efforts to ensure that victims of any disaster received prompt attention. He assured that he would sustain the cordial relationship existing between the government and NEMA. Ogunbanwo stated that all forms of agricultural engagement would be strengthened and urged to beneficiaries that maximally utilize the input so as to improve food sufficiency in the state and the nation as a whole. The statement said that while deriving his address, the Director of Ogun State Emergency Management Agency, Mr. Olufarin Ige, assured that the relief package will get to the appropriate quarters, particularly victims at the grassroots. Responding on behalf of other beneficiaries, Mr. Adeniyi Odegbaroye described the support from both the federal and state governments are encouraging. He promised that the benefiting farmers would make judicious use of items to boost food production. On our sport news this morning, Nigeria to face Mali in AfroBasket final. The Tigers will face Mali on Sunday in the finals of the 2021 FIBA Women's AfroBasket in Yaoundé, Cameroon, after defeating 11-time champions Senegal 73-63 in a keenly contested semi-final fixture on Friday at the Palace Polyvalent do Sport. Against Mali, who defeated host Cameroon 52-51, the Tigers will be aiming to become only the second team after Senegal to win the AfroBasket title for a third time straight and fifth in their history. It was their third consecutive final in the history of the competition. Otis Ugly's side tipped off the game on a bright note, dominating the first quarter 22-11. They followed it up to a winning second quarter and third 23-20 and 15-13 respectively. The Senegalese side fought in the fourth quarters to win 19-15. Annie Okonkwo was the Tigers' top performer in the encounter as she scored 16 points, 7 rebounds, and only 1 assist in the win. Ife Ibekwe and Adaura Elonu also posted 14 and 12 points respectively in the encounter. On our health news this morning, seek help for inability to conceive after trying for 1 year, gynecologist tells couples. A professor of obstetrics and gynecology, Michael Aziken, has urged couples who are unable to conceive after trying for 1 year to seek help from a specialist on infertility. Aziken, an infertility specialist at the Faculty of Clinical Medicine, College of Medicine, University of Benin, stated this in an interview with Punch twice. The expert lamented the practice of delay in seeking medical solutions by couples trying to conceive. Aziken, who is also the director of the Human Reproduction Research Program and the Assisted Conception Unit of the University of Benin Teaching Hospital, also expressed displeasure in the practice of visiting traditionalists and taking random advice from laymen by couples battling infertility. After 1 year of marriage and you have sexual intercourse at least 3 times a week and the woman is not pregnant, the couple should go and see a doctor. But what we find is that it takes 3 years, 4 years before they come, the professor said. Aziken, who is also a former deputy vice chancellor of the University of Benin, further noted that women have always been wrongly accused of infertility, while it is an issue that can be caused as the man as well. People still see infertility as the problem of a woman in this country. But it takes a man and a woman to tangle to have a baby. The man is as guilty as a woman in the cause of infertility in our environment. Infection plays a very high role in causing infertility in both the man and the woman. And then because of poverty culture, religion, infertile couples don't come to the clinic early. When you see them before they come to a specialist, they have gone to a chemist, church, or tradition. They receive counsel from different persons. Try this, try that. So by the time they come, the woman does not have all the time. The age might be against the woman. And our men, they push the woman forward first. Say, go. Let them finish with you. You will find that women will have undergone different procedures while the man has not even shown up for once. And even in some cases, when the men appear, you discover that they are the ones that have the problem. On our foreign news, why Iran should never be allowed to develop nuclear weapons, Saudi Arabia. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has expressed concern over what is described as grave consequences if Iran is allowed to develop nuclear weapons. Saudi King gave the warning on Thursday while speaking virtually at the 76th section of United Nations General Assembly, UNGA, holding in New York, United States. The king, who said allowing the country to possess the weapons poses great security threat to the entire Middle East, in spite of Iran's insistence that it is intended for purposeful purposes. Also, Saudi Arabia is in support of taking all measures to tackle it. He said the kingdom stresses the importance of maintaining a WMD-free Middle East. Accordingly, the kingdom supports the international effort aimed at preventing Iran from developing nuclear weapons. The kingdom expresses its great concern over Iranian actions, which are contradictory to its commitment and pose stark contrast to what Iran always claimed, that its nuclear program is intended for peaceful purposes. The kingdom will continue to encounter the extremist ideology that is based on the rhetoric of hate and exclusion. The kingdom is steadfast in combating the practices of terrorist groups and sectarian militias that bring destruction, people, and nations. The kingdom underscores the importance of the international community standing firmly against all those who support, sponsor, finance, and harbor terrorist groups and sectarian militias, or who use them as a means to spread chaos and destruction, furthering their hegemony and influence, King Al Saud added. While the war his country is fighting with Houthi rebels in Yemen still lingers, the king blames the rebels for continuously rejecting various peace deals. The Yemen peace initiative presented by the kingdom in March of this year is capable of ending the conflict, stopping the bloodshed, and putting an end to the suffering of the fraternal Yemeni people. Unfortunately, the terrorist Houthi militia continues to reject the peaceful solutions, opting instead for the military option to control more Yemeni land and carrying out daily aggression against civilian objects inside the kingdom and undermining international navigation and global energy supplies. King Al Saud said the Houthis are using the suffering of the Yemeni people and their dire need for humanitarian aid, as well as the risk presented by the deteriorating condition of the vessel FSO Safer, as tools for bargaining and extortion. In the area of fight against COVID-19, Saudi Arabia said it has supported the global effort to face the pandemic with $500 million in addition to providing $300 million in aid to assist the country's efforts to combat the pandemic. On entertainment news this morning, Big Brother Naija Season 6, I'm a winner already, declares Lee Cruz. Big Brother Naija, BB Naija finalist Lee Cruz on Friday said she feels like a winner already. Lee Cruz explained that she feels like a winner for scaling through the final of BB Naija reality television show. She disclosed this during a diary room section with Biggie. Lee Cruz, who is known for her dance steps, expressed excitement for making it to the final. The 26-year-old said a guaranteed spot in the final. That's huge. I feel like a winner already. I've pictured it, I've imagined it, but I didn't see it coming this way. Finals is winning for me already. Whatever happens, I put it in God's hands. But I'm happy I'm going to the finals. Big brother, I don't even have any words to describe how I feel. She got a guaranteed spot at the final of the show when her love interest, Emmanuel, who won the ultimate veto power title. Emmanuel picked her as the head of the house and Cross as deputy, thereby earning them immunity from nominations. The current edition of the Big B Naija reality show is scheduled to end in a few weeks. Thank you. And that will be that on our breakfast news this morning. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Highlights of our breakfast news this morning on our local news 2023 INEC seeks list of dead politicians, public servants from ACC. EFCC arrests 28 suspected internet fraudsters in Anambra. Ezeiru Haku Fidelia, Talent vows to seek justice for female corps member dehumanized by soldier. On our political news this morning, Akeredolu canvasses second term for Oyetola. 2022 election, Ekiti will not vote based on personalities, not parties, says Famoyibo. Business news this morning, 2,463 farmers benefit from federal government agri intervention program. On our sport news this morning, Nigerian to face Mali in AfroBasket final. On our health news, seek help for inability to conceive after trying for 1 year, gynecologist tells couple. On our foreign news, why Iran should never be allowed to develop nuclear weapons, says Saudi Arabia. On entertainment news, still regarding the Big Brother Nigerian Season 6, I'm a winner already, declares Licros. And that will be that on our breakfast news this morning. I hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks for watching. Continue to follow us on our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel, AYOGEN Online Television. Do have a very happy weekend. Stay blessed.
nǹkan ti bàjẹ́ nínú ọjà ọlọ́run kó tì wọ́n lẹ́yìn ó dẹ̀ mọ́ tì wọ́n lójú.
Nàìjíríà iṣẹ́ ọjọ́ ó jẹ́ ẹ̀dẹ̀ tó wọ́n fún àwọn mẹ̀kúnnù ilé ẹjọ́ kò sówó ìtàkùn.